If there's one thing I cannot live without, it's a good warm-up session. This is why we are going to show you today a professional warm-up so you can avoid unnecessary injuries. So let's jump right into it. We start out with easy jogging to the net and backwards back to the baseline. Now you do side steps to the net and back to the baseline again. Make sure your feet are not touching each other doing the side step, but they are staying apart from each other. On the next exercise, we do side steps again, but we switch the front leg after every 2 side steps. Now when you're at the net and you do it backwards again, try to turn over your back. Now you take a cross step to the front, then you step out and take a cross step to the back and step out again. Continue doing this to the net and backwards to the baseline again. Now you lift your leg after every 3 steps high and touch your toes with the opposite hand. Switch the leg after every 3 steps and continue doing this to the net and then do it backwards again to the baseline. Now for the last exercises, we're going to do lunges. You lift your left knee up and press it against your chest and take a big step towards the front. Go down in your knees. Come up again, take 3 steps and do the same thing with the other leg. You go all the way to the net and then backwards back to the baseline again. Now we loosened up very good with running and now we need to do some stretching exercises. The first exercise, you take your feet far apart and then go down with your upper body and touch the floor with your hands. You hold this for around about 30 seconds and then you start touching your left toe with your right hand and your right toes with your left hand and keep rotating. Now this will stretch the back of your thigh very good. And of course, you are getting ready with the rotations to be able to hit some balls right away. With the next exercise, we're gonna stretch the inner side of your thigh. For this, you take a step to the side, straighten out your right leg and lean on your left leg. Hold this for around about 30 seconds and then we switch over to the other side. Now the next exercise is quite similar to the last one. The only difference is you take a big step to the front instead of to the side. Start out with your right leg, take a big step and go down in your knees. If you want to, you can hold your hips with your hands, hold for 30 seconds and then change the leg. The next exercise is my personal favorite one. For this, you take a big step to the side again. You straighten out your left leg and lean on your right leg. Try to hold this for around about 20 seconds and then you switch over to the other side. You should switch each side around about 3 to 4 times. With this exercise, you want to stretch your groin. The next exercise is an all-time classic. For this one, you lift your foot behind you and grab it with your hand. You want to stretch the front side of your thigh. You hold this for around about 30 seconds and then you switch to the other side. With the last exercise, we want to stretch our arms. For this, you lift up your elbow very high and pull it in behind you with the other hand. You hold this position for around about 30 seconds and then you switch to the other side. This way you are going to stretch your triceps very good. We loosened up very good now. We had some jogging, we had some good stretching exercises, and now it's time for some exclusive Theraband exercises. This is very important for you to avoid a tennis arm or any kind of injuries in your elbow or shoulder area. Now, if you don't have a Theraband, we have a link in the description below this video where you can buy your own one. Now you take your Theraband and you wrap it around something stable. In this case, it is the net for us. And you start with your first exercise. You let your hand palms face backwards behind you, straighten out your arms, and you pull the Theraband backwards, only using your shoulders. You don't want to be using your elbows doing this. Now with the next exercise, you want to take your elbows up, you want to lift them up so they are even with your shoulder. Your hand palms are facing to the floor, and now you pull upwards only using your underarms. Do around about 15 repetitions of this before going further to the next exercise. For the next exercise, you have to stand sideways. You leave your elbow close to your body and you pull the band out, only using your underarm. You do it again around about 10 to 15 repetitions, and then you switch sides. The next exercise is nearly the same. The only difference is you don't pull out, but you pull your underarm in towards your body. Again, you do about 10 to 15 repetitions before changing sides. Now for the last exercise, you have to stand backwards towards the net and you lift your elbow up high, and then you extend your underarm up towards the roof, just like a serve motion. Again, do around about 10 to 15 repetitions before you switch sides. Now this was a compact summary on a professional warm-up here on the World Tennis Network. You should go through this every single time you have training or you have a match. Take your 5 to 10 minutes and make your warm-up as good as possible. Now if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. We will answer them for you. And now hit the like button, smash the subscribe button